What would you do if a long dead ancestor came to you in a dream with a message about an inheritance? That is part of the backstory surrounding this deck. Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. If you haven't met me yet, I am Leesa. I'm a certified tarot consultant whose goal is to help you leverage the power of the tarot to make your life amazing. On this channel, I do a number of different tarot related videos, including deck walkthroughs like this one right here. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you hit the bell so you can see other videos as they come out. But today we are going to take a look at the Alchemical Tarot Renewed 4th edition. There are a number of editions. This one is by Robert M. Place, and he has a really interesting story about how this particular deck came to be. But my purpose of this particular deck walkthrough is to simply give you an idea of what this particular deck looks like in terms of the imagery and the colors. I'm not going to flip through every single card, but I am going to show you enough cards to allow you to gain a sense of the artist's style. I just want to take a quick second and start by looking at some of the different colors here. Beautiful, kind of a muted color scheme here. But I want you to get a general feel of the deck, and then we'll go through some specific cards here. And I want to tell you a little bit about the background, the backstory behind this particular deck, because I think it really is very interesting. Robert M. Place, and you can certainly visit his website if you're interested, and I'm just going to start flipping through some of the cards here so that you can get a sense of what these cards look like and some of the imagery. He has this really interesting story regarding the tarot because he's got a situation where back probably 30 or so years ago, way before this, the idea, this is my favorite card by the way, before this was ever conceived, the idea of this deck, he actually had a dream, and in the dream he had an ancestor that came to him and basically said, actually, the ancestor, my understanding is the ancestor interrupted a dream he was having. He was having one dream, and then he got this phone call from an ancestor basically saying, hey, you're going to come upon an inheritance. Keep an eye out for it. And it wasn't too long after that where he ended up getting quite a bit of interaction with the tarot. It was actually given a tarot deck, and he realized right away that that was his inheritance. That was his calling, basically, was this tarot deck, the idea of studying the tarot. So he gets into the tarot, he spends some time with it, and then he realizes there's other things he's interested in. So he goes ahead and he starts studying alchemy, and he studies other, ancient texts and medieval texts, and he really sees this connection to the tarot, and he has what he calls a mystical vision. And hopefully we'll come across it, but there's this specific image that he saw in a text that eventually kind of made it into this deck as the World card. But he says he basically saw that, and this whole concept of this deck just flooded into his brain. It was like a big download, and he was able to just have this understanding of alchemy, how it related to the tarot. So as we go through here, and I pull some of these other cards, you're going to see, oh, wow. So I pull up the Temperance card. For example, this is very much, Temperance. You can see this alchemical concept here. And a lot of these have alchemical symbols on them. So if you're someone that's really into alchemy, even the star here, if you look at that, it's an odd picture if you don't understand alchemy or haven't studied alchemy a whole lot, but it makes sense if you have. So if you are someone that's really into alchemy, if you understand some of these symbols, or if this just speaks to you, then this might be a great deck for you. He has quite a bit of nudity in this deck, and certainly some very interesting and provocative imagery. I don't know what you think about that. What are your thoughts? Are those things that should be in a deck? Do you like that in a deck? Obviously, the back even of the cards is a little bit different there. So is that something, oh, and here's that world card that I was talking about. So this is very similar to that image that he saw that really kind of sparked the concept of this particular deck. But yeah, let me know what you think about the concept of having, some of these, more, I guess, racy images or, nudity or whatnot in a deck. Is that something that you think is acceptable or needed, or would you like a deck like this? Let me know down in the comments below. If you are interested in having a one-on-one reading using this deck, certainly go ahead and head down. I have a link to my business page. Go ahead and meet me there. Take a look, and we can see about one of my tarot compass readings. You can have this deck kind of follow you all year long if you would like. But yeah, that's just a little bit about Robert M. Place's deck. I think it's a gorgeous deck. Feel free to like and subscribe, guys, if you want to see other videos like this. But I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.